Hey, so in this video, we're going to be seeing which of these two softwares, SellerAmp and BuyBotPro, offers us more sales information about any product that we go to analyze. So let's take a look at BuyBotPro. Right, so in terms of sales data, BuyBotPro is actually quite thorough. So what we have to begin with is the estimated sales calculator, right? So this tells us current sales for the item based on the last 30 days, and if we hover over that, we get a little pop-up there which tells us monthly sales for the item over the last 12 months. What we then have is the previous 90-day average sales for the item, and then using this data combined with inbuilt algorithms that it has, it then basically predicts the average sales for the item over the next 90 days. Now this is really useful because it makes it really clear if the item will be more likely to do, better in the future. And obviously, if we see a higher number in the future than we do in the past, then it's really easy to make that judgment call and go, hey, I'm going to buy X amount because it's obviously going to sell pretty well in the future. You've got this thing just below it as well. So this basically shows the bought past month metric from the Amazon search results, which is not an estimate. Amazon provides that data in bracketed ranges like 50 plus or 100 plus, so not as precise as numbers. Amazon do play with their cards quite close to the chest when it comes to actual specific sales figures. So literally all any tool is able to give you is an estimate with data that it has. So obviously this is what Amazon are telling you. So, from 50 plus, 100 plus, so it's, anywhere within those ranges, so it's not specific, but it gives you an idea. So sales in the past month 600 plus. This is quite close actually to the estimate that BuyBotPro gives you. So BuyBotPro uses several data points to give you this information. From what I know, Keeper is one of the main sources for this, and then obviously it's got some form of algorithm, and I find this quite accurate when I've been using it. I find it quite accurate when you work out how the sales must be divided up amongst the sellers, and obviously it's going to be slightly different, but based on how many sales I actually make a month of a particular product, I find that BuyBotPro is usually on the ball with how accurate it is. And what they also do as well, which is what I like, is they actually underestimate the figure slightly. So the amount that you go ahead with, you're more likely to sell out of, which is better than what I found with other deal analysis tools, whereby they give you this overinflated number, and I don't know why they do it. I think it's to make themselves look good, but they go ahead and do that, and it's not good at all, because it just means that I'm buying more stock, and I then end up stuck with it. I've had occasions before where I've ended up stuck with stock, and I've literally just had to get rid of it. Sometimes I've even had to flog it on eBay, for example, so not even all on Amazon. So yeah, I find the estimated sales calculator really useful, and obviously get a lot of data there. So that's a lot. You get what BuyBotPro has worked out based on the data points that it has access to, and you get this here that it displays with information that is direct from Amazon. So you combine the two, and you can basically reaffirm what we have here. So yeah, really, really useful. And then of course, what I really like about BuyBotPro is the sales charts. So obviously with this, you're looking at the BSR line predominantly, because you're looking for a lot of movement on there. So the more movement equals more sales. And then they have this sales heat map, which makes it really easy to summarize, how well the item's selling, how hot, how popular it is. So, you see a lot of red there, really good sales for the item. So given that there's a lot of red right there, this item tends to sell really well, consistently. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what BuyBotPro has to offer in terms of, sales figures. And now let's go ahead and take a look at what SellerAmp says. So what SellerAmp has is estimated sales, and this is on a per month basis. So you get it here in the quick info. I believe you also get it again. You also get it again here. So yeah, you get the estimated sales per month. That's what it gives. And then what is different to BuyBot Pro? It gives you an estimated time to sale. Now this one currently, you have to use that with a lot of caution because it is an estimate and it is also in beta as well. So it's the estimated time to sell your first unit. As you know, you can only make X amount of profit when you actually make the sale. So yeah, you've got this estimated time to sell, and so it's telling me 1+ days, available stock below your price, 0+, number of offers close. So there's one person that's close to my price, but that's what it gives. That's what it gives us in terms of sales information. Then the rest of what you have to figure out the sales of the item is obviously you've got a chart here similar to what we had in BuyBotPro, so like a sales chart. And then you'd be looking at the sales rank line and looking for it to be a good BSR number, first of all, and then also a lot of movement. Now, there's no way to summarize it. There's no sales heat map like what we had in BuyBotPro. And obviously in BuyBotPro, you've got the mini chart version and the big chart version. If you want to view the big chart version in SellerAmp, you have to open it up in a new window. So what we've got right here. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. There's no sort of like past and then future, it's just estimated sales per month. And as I say, between the two, I find that BuyBotPro is more accurate with what it gives. And then obviously you've not only got the data there that BuyBotPro has given you an estimate for, you've also got basically what Amazon inform them of, so 600+, which could be anywhere within that 50 to 100 kind of bracket. So it does still, correlate right there. So, fairly accurate. And yeah, I like the fact that you have the prediction there as well. And you can use that hand in hand with the rest of the data to figure out how much you want to buy. So if it's not quite the suggestion that BuyBotPro gives in terms of how many it thinks you should buy, you can use that number as a starting point to figure out if it's maybe a couple more that you want or maybe a couple less, depending on what you think of the analysis. But yeah, for me personally, BuyBotPro is the clear winner here with the sales information that it provides. And hopefully that's helped you realize this as well and figure out which will give you more value in terms of sales information. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.